Now we're gonna add probably a quarter cup or so of Dawn, just to kind of help break down some of that grease and oil. Like so. And let that thing get pretty hot. I just put this tin shield thing around it. I have no idea where it came from, what it's used for, but I found it in the dump pile, and seems to work pretty good. Keeps the flames from getting blown out, keeps the heat from leaving that little pocket right there around the pot. So I think it works pretty good and works out just fine for these antlers right here. If it was an elk or something, I probably wouldn't be able to use it, but that'd be a great problem to have. I've never shot an elk. Hopefully next year. This is working out pretty good. All right. Not done yet. It's getting there, but looks like still got a ways to go. Okay, still got a ways to go. Well, pretty much none of this is done yet. Yeah, still got a ways to go. All right. Back in we go. There he is. Come here. Come here, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Getting there. All right, well, it's taking a while, but it's getting there, slowly but surely. So I don't normally take it to the pressure washer until basically I've got all the stuff off that I can reach with pliers and stuff. So like all this stuff right here on the back of the head, if this stuff doesn't come off easy, pressure washing isn't going to help. So it will make this stuff come off, but there's still a whole bunch of cartilage and stuff that's in here that I'll have a heck of a time with, even with the pressure washer. So basically until I get all this stuff off by hand or with pliers or whatever, I don't take it to the pressure washer. I just keep cooking it until it pretty much falls off. So like right here, the eye socket, the bottom, the roof of the mouth part, that stuff was originally pretty hard to take off, and then this last time it came out pretty easy. This stuff is still pretty on there. So until that mostly comes off by hand or with pliers, I don't even bother pressure washing it. So and even with pliers, I don't just like dig every little bit and piece off with pliers. If it's just not coming off easy with pliers and with a little tug, then it's not ready. It's going to go back in the pot. So that's kind of how I do it. This thing is, and I'm kind of going about half hour increments here. So cook it for another half hour, take it out, see how it looks. A little bit more comes off. If it's still kind of staying on there, then dump it in for another half an hour, and basically just do that over and over again until I pretty much got all this stuff off that I can reach. And then the brain in there hopefully will come out with the pressure washer. All the stuff in the nasal cavity hopefully will come out with the pressure washer, but it will not come out if all this stuff that's here, easy to reach, is still attached. So this is going back in. I'm kind of rushing it right now. Sun's already setting, and I really just want to get this over with. But 27 degrees or so out right now and dropping. Beautiful sunset. Can't complain. I'm a little sick today. Well, this whole weekend. And maybe being out in the cold isn't the best thing, but hard to stay inside when you got weather like this. All right, well, it's gotten dark. Go to town and stop the project, but I had it simmering for about 2.5 hours while I was in town. But I'm gonna call it a night tomorrow, or maybe even this weekend, or whenever I have time. I don't know. It's gonna be dark by the time I get home, but I'm gonna re-cook it, rewarm it up, and then get it up to temp again, and then pressure wash it. But right now I'm just gonna see if it's ready for if all the stuff will come off of it now, or if it's still going to need more cooking later. So that way I could clean it up for the most part right now and then just put it away. It's not going to have that much of a smell or anything, so that's what I'm going to do. But always something. Right, really gross, looks disgusting, but I think we're finally getting there. Look at that. Now, so that's good. Perfect. Pretty much mush. Yep, just like that. Get most of this crap out. Awesome. Look at that, nasal cavity's all cleaned up. Beautiful. Wonderful. Awesome. For the most part, got it all very, very clean. Just a little bit, and that's all. Pressure washer will take care of that. I do want to break these ear canal bones. Looks like for the most part I got the brain out. Yeah, so pretty much done. This stuff, the pressure washer will take off for the most part. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, it's the following morning. Here's the deer. It's all frozen solid pretty much. It's 20 degrees out, and a little piece broke off. I don't know if the cold froze it or if the dog came over and took a bite out of it. But I think I'll be able to glue it back on, and hopefully that's the only piece missing. Otherwise I'll have to go scour that area over there where I had it. But it's frozen solid, so I gotta get it back up to temperature, get it covered back up with water and soap and probably baking soda again, and get it fully thawed, and then I could go get it pressure washed. Okay, so I finally got all the stuff I needed to finish this project. I had to order this stuff from Amazon. This is 50 volume, so it's pretty strong. I don't know, like 12 or 15%, somewhere around there. And this is a cream. So I have tried the liquid stuff, haven't tried the cream stuff yet. But my idea with this was I was going to pretty much brush on everywhere up here at the top and fill it up with water up to the bases of the antlers, because I don't want any of that peroxide getting into the bases here. Now what I did was I wrapped plastic wrap around the bases, tried to get it really tight, and then I did electrical tape here at the bases, and then just to kind of keep it on from unraveling. And hopefully that will keep most of that water and steam and splashing and stuff off of those bases because they're already getting kind of white. And I really wanted to try to keep them as dark as possible, as natural as possible. So this is where I'm at right now. There's the other piece that got bitten off, but I'm just going to glue that on later. But as you can see, it's pretty yellow and the teeth are pretty dark yet. So we're going to get this warm water in here, put the peroxide in here, and I'm going to brush it on at the top right there, and then let that sit for about as long as it needs to, probably 24 hours or so. So here I got a bucket of warm water, the propane with the turkey burner, and hopefully we're going to get this thing going and get this project done tonight, tomorrow, sometime soon. Looks like just the right amount of water. The goal is to keep that water just under the bases. I'm not sure how much to put. There's about a third of the bottle so far. That should be pretty good, and I'll just spread that around. Maybe I should have mixed it up first. I didn't realize it was going to get all chunky like this. I actually do have some leftover regular peroxide that I should just put in here. I have like half a bottle left of this stuff, so let's add this in there too. Okay, so I realized I don't have enough in there, so I added a whole bunch more, and I'm just gonna mix it all up. I don't have the right tool for the job, so I'm just using this. That seems to work pretty good. Well, that seems to work pretty good. Better than I expected. Okay, I ended up putting like most of the bottle in there. Can't really see, but I ended up putting most of the bottle in there just because I didn't think it was enough. Yeah, that looks like the right thing. Awesome. That should be it. Still spinning. Yeah, that looks like the right consistency. Looks like the right thing. The only problem is it looks a little bit high water-wise. I guess I'll scoop some out. All right, set that aside and see if it's low enough for the deer to go in. Well, that might just be about right. Might be a little high. Perfect, we'll let that sit. And give that probably 3-4 hours, and then we'll come check on it. Okay, well, that got pretty warm, warmer than I was intending, but that's okay. It is getting kind of into the bases there, so I'm hoping the water kind of evaporates and that drops a little bit. But overall, oh yeah, definitely working, definitely getting wider. Awesome. So I turned down the heat. I think I turned it all the way off, and I'll just leave this for a few more hours. It should be getting pretty close. Alright, it's been basically exactly an hour. I've come out here occasionally and kind of just stirred it up and pulled it out just to look at it, but it's getting very white. The teeth have no more black spots on them. The skull top keeps drying out, so I've been coming out and just brushing on some more moisture and peroxide, and this brush keeps freezing. So welcome to Montana, but it's getting there. It's actually happening a lot faster than most of my other skulls I've done. This 50 volume stuff's pretty powerful. So just gonna keep this wet. And I think, so it's been already exactly an hour. I would probably prefer another hour or two, so I'll probably just take this out before bed. It's only 6 o'clock right now, and I'm probably just going to leave this till about 8 or 9. Pull it out and rinse it off. That should be good. Okay, so let's see where we're at. So I got it all. I had it sitting in here for a few more hours, probably till about 9 o'clock. I took it out. I took all the plastic wrap off. I took all the tape off, and then I washed it in the bathroom in the shower, and got all the peroxide and stuff off. But the bases got a little light, so a little bit of that peroxide creeped in and kind of lightened the bases. And honestly, these whole antlers actually got lightened up from every step. A little bit of the pressure washer, a little bit of the hose, a little bit of the shower, a little bit of just the steam. I must have just kind of broke it all down, and they're actually a lot lighter now than they were when I shot them, and that really bugs me, because they were just so beautiful being that dark. And I'm not a pro at this, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is just how I'm learning how to do it. But I'm going to try to get them to get darker again. Probably go get some stain. I played around with some leather dye last night, some polyurethane stain combo on a different skull I had, and I think I can make it work, and I can make it darker. So I'm going to go get some stain in town right now and come back and show you guys. Okay, well, I just got to the hardware store. This is what I got. Some brushes. I didn't know what kind I need, so I got a pretty nice one that I might not need. It's kind of big, and then I got a small one. The bristle's a little long. I don't know if I want to use the whole length of that, but I ended up settling with this one. It's pretty dark Kona. There wasn't anything a step down from this that wasn't too far down, so I think this will work. I'm just gonna have to brush it on really fast and wipe it off. But at $10 a can, you don't really have, I don't really want to buy all the different colors. And then I got a whole pack of foam brushes, because it was pretty cheap to buy a pack instead of an individual one. So let's get home and see what we could come up with, make it look somewhat decent.
was fast. Oh my gosh. Tried the foam brush first. I think we need the brush. Pretty good. I like that. All right, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, so here's the finished product. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm not sure how well the video is capturing all the colors and detail and stuff, but I'm really happy with it. The goal was to make it look exactly how it did when I killed him, when I got up to him. And the antlers looked really dark to me then, and that may have been because it was really wet. And I don't think he has ever had a time where his antlers were really dry during that whole fall, living in the snow and in the rain and stuff. So I darkened up his antlers quite a bit, and now with all the stain and stuff kind of soaked in and dried, it actually looked a little bit lighter than when I first put it on, and I think that's just perfect. I think that's just about right. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. A lot of new learning curves and learning experiences with this one. And when you're working with antlers, it's a lot harder than just throwing a bear skull or a lion skull in a pot and just cleaning it up and getting it white. You know, when you got antlers like this, you really don't want to ruin that. That's hard to do. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I have not scored this deer yet, but I'll do that when I get home tonight probably. I did want to show you guys just what the spread is on him. So got a Stanley tape measure here. I know it's probably not that accurate, but I don't have a Milwaukee or DeWalt tape measure. But widest to widest point, I think was, so the absolute widest point is right here on the outsides of these forks here, and to me that measures almost 23 inches. So I don't know how well you can see that, but that's almost 23 inches. And then the inside between the very points, the tips, is about 16 inches. So not a bad deer. My biggest deer by far that I've ever killed. Not the biggest I've ever seen, of course, but the biggest I've ever killed. And I'm really proud of him. Really happy with how this whole thing turned out, and I'm glad that I can now hang this on my wall to remember for a very long time. Pretty solid 3x4 or 4x5 or 9 point, whatever you guys want to call it. I'd call it a 9 point because, you know, if you call this a 4 point, you're assuming there's 4 on both sides, and that's not the case. But you can't call it a 3 point because you have 4 on this side. So let's just go with 9 point. Plus he's got one of his eye guards is actually kind of splitting right here, so he may have even been a double eye guard right there in a year or two if he kept growing. But yeah, I'm really happy with this Western 9 point, a true mountain mule deer buck. And I worked hard for this one. I'm really proud of this. I'm glad to put this on my wall. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys learned something. I definitely did. This is a new learning experience for me, and I'm glad that I got to do this and it turned out the way I wanted it to. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, you know, all the things. And God bless America.